Good morning, everyone. Actually, it's almost afternoon. My goal today is to really discuss the why of project-based learning and how important it is for career exploration and experiences, particularly for students that are at risk for whatever reason, whether they're living in poverty, whether or not they're living in an area where they're disenfranchised for whatever reason. I really do feel strongly that project-based learning is the beginning of creating equity in our public education system. So just a little bit about Kankakee. And I did see somebody, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Kevin Schouten says he lives in Kankakee. A shout out to Kevin because I saw that in the chat. Kankakee is a school district that has always been highly diverse. I grew up in Kankakee, attended Kankakee School District 111, and one of the things that I love about Kankakee is the diversity. Currently, we're approximately 47.4% African American, 31.4% Hispanic, Latino, or Latinx, and I use all of those labels because it is really important to me to let the people in the community decide what label they prefer. 17.7% white or Caucasian American, 5.4% Asian, and then 4.1% mixed race. And the other thing that's really important is we're 85.3% low income. So what's important to know in my mind in the educational system is that we cannot continue, and this is nationally, internationally, locally, or statewide, we cannot expect economic growth when we undereducate a large number of our future citizens. And so the traditional system was designed for a certain group of families and a certain group of children, very traditional two-parent homes. It was really developed on middle-class values. If we continue to perpetuate that system and leave a large number of our students behind or undereducated, our economy will not flourish. When I was hired in Kankakee, one of the main expectations was that I changed what was happening at the high school level, particularly our graduation rate, because our local employers truly believed that our graduation rate, along with two other schools in our county, was negatively impacting the growth of our economy. And I agreed with it. Although there are some educators that were offended by that, I do think that there's a direct correlation between the quality of education, the ability for the majority of the students to reach mastery and to be prepared for future employment. And so it is important to me, starting as early as kindergarten, to start to replicate what naturally happens in most middle-class families, where you're playing school, you're pretending to be a police officer, the children are pretending to be a doctor. That is the beginning of career exploration. And when it's not happening with children and they're in high school for the first time trying to figure out what they want to do when they grow up, it's very difficult to navigate future employment when you don't start thinking about it till your junior or senior year. And so the first thing that I wanted to do to help our children start to think about careers as early as possible is to implement some kind of a career exploration and exposure as early as kindergarten. And defined at the time, STEM was the name of the company. Defined STEM at that time, now Defined Learning, actually partnered with us to make sure that that could happen. And this is the framework that we created in 2014. We wanted our students that were young, kindergarten students, to really start thinking about those human services fields, because those are the fields or the jobs that are right there. Most students understand human services, all the way up to fifth grade when they start to explore the more technical fields, skilled and technical science, architecture, construction, science. So going from the right there fields, human services, to the more technical fields with just exposure. Our goal was that by the sixth grade, students would actually take a survey to figure out what fields were they most interested in based on a career exploration survey. From sixth grade through 12th grade, students were going to start to hone in on those fields that they've already identified as the fields that they're most interested in. Defined learning helped us to make that real for the students in the classroom and connect it to the academic skills that they needed to learn, so that you knew, what reading skills, what math skills, what social studies or science skills do you need to master in order to go into a particular field. For example, skilled in technical science, you need more math and science. Human services, you need more social services and more of the soft skills. So that was the goal, to prepare students over time.